Hi everybody, it's Geordie from Geordie's Cards. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am sharing a thank you card today. Yeah, we're stepping away from Christmas into a thank you card. This is for all of my subscribers to say thank you for joining me on this journey. And with that in mind, I need to announce the winner of my little giveaway. So what I did was I numbered all of the comments that were left. I shoved them into a random number generator and it came up with a winner for me. And I'm going to announce that in just a second. But before I do, thank you to everybody for leaving a comment. Thank you for all my subscribers. I'm very appreciative. So without further ado, my winner is Amalka Senarathni. I hope I'm saying that right, Amalka. What an amazing name. You need to contact me on the email address below. It's geordiescards1223@gmail.com and let me know which voucher you would prefer, either Seven Hills Crafts or Simon Says Stamps. When you do so, I will get that voucher off to you. So congratulations, and once again, thank you to everybody who entered and left a comment. So on to my card today. This is a really quick and simple one, but I'm finally using my Apple-solutely awesome stamp set from Lawn Fawn. I've had this one for a little while since the release and I haven't used it yet. I'm also using the Fall Fling 6x6 paper pad and the Thanks a Bushel stamp set, which I'm going to be using just for the inside sentiment. So I went ahead and coloured and cut out my images. I did have the coordinating die, but look what I did the first time. I left the little heart in the die. When I ran it through, I was like, oh my goodness, I'm going to have to redo it. So I did. I have cut a kind of frame from some white cardstock. I've also used a larger stitched square die to cut that patterned paper piece, and then cut a bit of a grassy border the same size, which I'm now sticking down to that panel. So this is a really quick and easy way to make a background without worrying about doing any ink blending. I'm using the pattern paper as my sky and grass. And now I'm attaching this frame on top. So all I did was I had some nesting square dies which I used to create the frame. So I used a larger one and a smaller one together to create the frame, and then used the larger one for the background pieces so that everything fit together nicely. Once my frame is down, I'm going to figure out where all of my little images are going to go. I used the tree, the little step ladder, the two little mice, the bushel of apples, and then the little sign. So I'm going to have this guy climbing up the ladder, reaching up for the apples. I'm going to have the bushel kind of just down in front, along with the little guy eating the apple. He couldn't be bothered picking anymore. He's tucking straight in. And I'm going to have the little apple picking sign just behind them, sticking out of the grass. And I just thought that using this little square was a nice way to create a smaller scene and kind of frame up my images, and then I would have my sentiment underneath. So that was the plan today, a nice, quick and simple one. And I just wanted to use these stamps because, as I say, I've had them for a little while, haven't used them. Perfect time to be using these apple stamps. It's fall. There's lots of lovely changes of leaf colour going on. I presume not where I am here in the desert where it's hot all year round. We don't really get an autumn season. It's kind of hot or hotter. Thankfully, we're just going into the hot part, so things are cooling down slightly. We are still reaching temperatures of mid-30s Celsius. I'm not sure what that is in Fahrenheit. I'd have to check, but yeah, 35 degrees Celsius is pretty common, but actually that's cooled down a lot compared to the 45 plus we were getting in summer. So it's pretty nice now, actually. I love this time of year, and I love knowing that we're going in and we've got a good 6 months of cooler weather. So I have attached all of my images down using my liquid glue. I'm keeping everything nice and flat. I have got a piece of Mermaid cardstock from Lawn Fawn, which I've created a top folding standard size card base from. I've stamped that Thanks a Bushel sentiment in the middle from the Thanks a Bushel stamp set, and then that apple barrel from, or the bushel of apples from the Apple-solutely awesome stamp set inside. And now I'm attaching my square panel kind of to the top of this card base. Again, just flat with some liquid glue, nothing fancy. And once that's done, I need to figure out, I'm just trying to make sure it's all nice and centered. I need to figure out where my sentiment is going to go. So I have this Your Apple-solutely Awesome sentiment, which I've stamped onto a banner with some Lawn Fawn dough ink. I thought the little brown sentiment looked quite nice and tied in well with all the fall colors that I was using. And I'm just trying to figure out where I want it. I decided I wanted it on the edge, so I'm trimming off the end to keep it flush with the edge of the card. I'm going to glue that down flat. And then I decided that it just needed something a little bit more. I was going to leave it at that, but I felt like just needed something else. So I took out the Fall Simply Celebrate stamp set, which has this row of apples. And I just cut and coloured 2 of those apples from the end. And I'm going to stick them down just on top of my sentiment, just to add a little bit more of something down the bottom. I don't know that you really needed to do this. I just felt like it needed something else. I'm going to use my white gel pen to add a few little details onto those apples to match with everything else that I had already coloured. And then that's it. My card is done. I hope you enjoyed this one today. Very quick and simple, but a nice way, I hope, to say thank you to all of my lovely subscribers. Big congratulations again to Amelka. Please do contact me on the email address below so that I can get your prize off to you. Please, if you haven't already, please do subscribe to my channel. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And please leave a comment. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much, everybody. Take care.